Hey, everybody loves Chinese food, but that's not what we went after today. We went after a different kind of Asian food from Vietnam. I'm Brad Meyer, restaurant critic for the Conroe Courier.
I'm Mark Hayter. I'm the cannon loader for Quaker Oats.
Absolutely. This week we headed off to VANTHANG.
VANTHANG.
No, listen, breaking in, we have to do this right because two of our recent videos have been pulled for inaccurate or improper statements and characterizations about different ethnic groups, and we're not going to make that mistake again.
Right.
We're going to be very supportive.
It wasn't ethnic groups, it was age groups.
Well, age groups.
You were just mean, Brad.
Some of us have problems and don't know when to turn on that internal mechanism.
We're making up for it now.
We are going to be politically correct and not be offensive to anybody.
Vietnamese restaurant. It's right across from Whataburger, sometimes called Whataburger, from on 105 in Conroe.
Absolutely, and they've got a Chinese menu, traditional Chinese, where you can get your chow mains and lo mains and pork fried rice and that sort of thing. But they've also got what appears to be an authentic Vietnamese menu.
You know, it used to be a Utodum or 7-Eleven also. And you know, they changed it to the point where it still looks a little like that inside. I could tell, I could discern that.
It's not real fancy on the inside. No,
but they're not pretentious. They're not saying, "Hey, we're the top level Vietnamese restaurant in the."
Well, they are the top level Vietnamese restaurant in the area because, to my knowledge, they're the only Vietnamese restaurant in the area. So they occupy the top rung as well as the bottom rung. I think in terms of comparison to most restaurants, they're closer to the bottom rung. And just in terms of the quality of the tables, the chairs, the overall ambience on the inside. Not a lot of sophistication went into planning the bric-a-brac and the wall and the decor.
But Brad, the music was non-existent. I mean, it was stone cold quiet, and there were people eating over there. Right. I had to strike up a conversation because I thought it was too quiet.
So I go in there, and my last experience in the restaurant wasn't that good when I reviewed it a couple of years ago. It turns out that the traditional Vietnamese fish sauce is not something that I particularly care for. I had a bad experience with it, so I was bound and determined not to repeat that experience. So this time, and I have to check my notes here, I had the Hu Tu Huan Thang Ga, which turns out to be chicken noodle soup with wontons, or chicken noodle wonton soup. Comes in a big, huge bowl. I mean, there's close to a quart of liquid in here, and it's filled with all sorts of stuff, rice noodles and slabs of chicken and chicken broth. Not overly flavorful. It wasn't bad, wasn't great, but you can season it up. They've got sweet sauce and they've got hot sauce, and let me tell you, when they talk about hot sauce, they mean hot sauce.
Yeah, you asked me if I wanted some after you put the dadgum hot sauce on.
Man.
You know, speaking of hot sauce, I ordered the Gai Chin Gong. And it got its name from somebody ate there, and somebody said, "Hey, is that hot?" And he said, "Oh, my chin gone." Anyway, it was what it was it said fried chicken. It was an explanation, fried chicken.
Fried chicken kebab.
And I was thinking, like an idiot, that it was fried chicken, you know, breaded chicken on a stick. It wasn't.
No, and I also don't think that chicken was originally cooked today.
Well,
I think it might have been cooked previously.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't buried anywhere, but I could discern the leg. I could see it's a little bitty leg. It looked like it might have been.
Yeah, the way the pieces are cut, they don't follow the traditional thing. It's not a wing and a leg. It's
you know, a thigh looks weird anyway, chicken thigh. But when you take it and you take a meat cleaver, there was 5 chunks of meat. A paleontologist couldn't tell you what that was right there.
It was
like
a little
the
strange.
elbow of the.
What about those spring rolls? What about those spring rolls?
Those spring rolls were really scary.
Yeah, they were.
I ordered
not particularly good. Yeah, you did.
I got 2 spring rolls, and I was thinking it would be like an egg roll because
I'm
stupid.
Fried. Yeah.
And what is that? Rice paper, wet rice paper, or something?
Yeah, some sort of
sort of. It looks like entrails, the skin of something, but the
sausage. Yeah, the sausage skin is what it looks like, and it's filled with rice noodles and Asian vegetables. There's no meat. There's nothing flavorful in there.
No flavor.
It's like spaghetti on the inside. It's rice noodles and bok choy and other Asian vegetables. And there's absolutely no taste whatsoever. No calories, I'm sure, but there's no taste either.
You know, they take the worst qualities of both the rice and the noodle, and they combine them into a rice noodle. And I take a bite, and folks, they had some peanut butter sauce, not peanut butter sauce, peanut sauce there, and it had a little red deals of flakes in it. I gave one of my spring rolls to Brad, which wasn't any big sacrifice on my part.
No, not
but
really.
He takes the peanut stuff and stirs up the hot stuff and puts it and says, "Oh, this is hot, you big idiot." And then I have to sit there. But
yeah, it's good
I could
for you.
have it no flavor, or I could have it no flavor, but really hot. And I got hot.
Yes, you did, and you deserved it, I'm sure. But I also, just because I wasn't at all sure that this bowl of soup was going to be enough for me, or that I'd even like it, I ordered a beef sandwich. It's called the banh mi bo. The banh mi bo. Price was right. It was only around $3.50, something like that. But it too was like a French Kaiser roll, some chunks of sliced beef with some sweet sauce and some vegetables on top. It was really average at best.
Well, I took a part of yours, about a third, and I kind of liked it. It was the best thing I had, which may not be saying, but I had also, I asked the guy what I was going to get with my Gai Chen Gong, and he said, "Oh, some vegetables or something." And then I got a tumped upside down bowl of rice, stir-fried rice that was not really good, but there was a lot.
Absolutely. Portion size is very good. You may not like what you're going to get, but you're going to get a lot of it. I think the thing about this restaurant is if you're going for traditional Chinese food, you might want to stay with the Chinese menu and avoid that Vietnamese menu. It's a little scary. But that being said, we're not connoisseurs of a lot of things, but Vietnamese food especially.
No,
I think that restaurant is for the adventuresome, and you're anything but you're not adventurous.
Well, and there were people in there who were
they loved it.
They loved it, and they keep coming back, and they asked me if I was coming back, and I lied in saying that I don't know. Anyway, all in all, let me say this about that.
Yeah.
It was the second Vietnamese restaurant I went to. The other one I said, "Hey, I'll get something in a shrimp because you can't mess up a shrimp." They didn't have any shrimp. I went to this one. They had shrimp on the menu, but they marked it out.
Yeah.
If you're going and you don't like Vietnamese food, and you think you're going to get something else that you might like, "Oh, there will be something else I like," you're wrong. There probably won't be. But if you like Vietnamese food, this place is the place in Conroe.
And that's because it's the only place in Conroe. Right. If you're adventuresome, you want to try something out, I can see how I could adjust my palate and maybe get into it. But for a casual lunch where I just want to eat and put up with an inane conversation with Mark, probably not the place to go.
Yeah, I mean, we both ate there, $24, not counting the tip. That would have made I made $25. And I thought for lunch, you know, that I really didn't like it. It was too much. But once again, had I liked Vietnamese food, I would have loved this.
Yeah, don't judge it by Mark's palate. He doesn't like anything.
Do not go there, try this out.
Like, try it out for yourself.
People were nice.
I'm restaurant critic Brad Meyer for the Conroe Courier.
I'm Mark Hayter, columnist for the Courier and the Villager, and the people were nice. Did I mention that?
You did. Say good night, Mark.
Good night.
See you later.
What can I say? I just